Hello and welcome to the channel. It's your favourite Scotsman here again, and today we are going to talk about a few less known methods that can help you reduce your taxes payable. I mean, let's be honest, I'd be willing to bet that all of you listening to this are open to, lawfully of course, paying a little less as long as you're playing within the rules set out by the CRA. Now that I have your attention, let's get right into it. My first question for you is, did you take a vacation last year? Was that vacation in Ontario? If so, you might be owed a little from the government. Hold the bus here for a second. You mean to say I can pay less taxes because I went on vacation last year? Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So, tell me more. If you're a resident of Ontario and you booked a trip anywhere in the province in 2022, you are eligible to claim a portion of qualified accommodation expenses thanks to the new temporary Ontario Staycation tax credit. As far as tax credits go, this one is a win-win all around. You'll be eligible to claim a personal income tax credit of 20% of your accommodation expenses, up to a maximum of $1,000 for individuals and $2,000 for a family if you have a spouse, common law partner or children. That means saving $200 or $400 respectively, just for booking accommodation. To qualify, you have to be a resident of Ontario, so if you're listening in BC, Quebec or anywhere else in Canada, your luck is out on this one. You must have also have taken the trip within the province and stayed at an eligible accommodation. All you have to do is apply for the refundable credit when filing your 2022 personal income tax return. Be aware though that this credit is not being extended past 2022. It was a one-time credit to try and boost the tourist industry after a certain pesky little virus that turned things upside down for a couple of years. Basically, don't get all excited and go wild on your accommodations for your upcoming summer vacation this year. But if you did take a trip last summer, hunt out those receipts. Switching gears a wee bit here, next up on saving a bit is student loan interest. I can see your ears perking up a bit. If you or your child is studying at a post-secondary institution, you could deduct the interest paid on a student loan if you received the loan under the Canada Student Loans Act, the Canada Student Financial Assistance Act, the Apprentice Loans Act or similar laws in your province or territory. Now, before you go ahead and start deducting interest from any loan you have, it is important to note that this deduction does not apply to something like a personal loan or line of credit. You should also apply this deduction only if you owe taxes. If you're a student, you might not have much other income, so in that case, carry it forward. The interest can be carried forward and applied to any tax return for the next 5 years. You know, once you've graduated from school and landed a high-paying job. Along a different angle, the next way you can reduce taxes owed that you may not be aware of is what we call the home buyer's plan manoeuvre. Let's say, for example, that you withdrew funds from your RRSP in 2021 under the home buyer's plan. In that case, you'll have to start paying it back this year. If you and your spouse are in different tax brackets though, it's not always beneficial to make the contribution. Okay, tell me more. As an example, let's say that you owe $2,000. Your spouse is a high income earner in the 50% plus marginal tax bracket, and you are in the lowest marginal tax bracket at just over 20%. If you fail to contribute in any given year, the missing payment is added to your income tax return as RRSP income. Okay, so why would anybody do that? Fair question. In this example, you could fail to make your contribution and instead gift your spouse $2,000 to contribute to his or her RRSP. As a result, you would owe approximately $400 in tax for your failed payment, while your spouse would receive approximately $1,000 in tax relief. You'd be $600 better off as a family than if you'd repaid your home buyer's plan into your RRSP. You can thank me later. Now, off you pop and treat your family to a keg dinner because you moved your money around wisely. Sticking with RRSPs for the next way to reduce your taxes is a big one. This can move the needle quite considerably, and you can end up with a pretty significant reduction in family taxes owing if you and your family find yourself in this position. Let's use Bob and Janice as our examples here. Over the years, Bob and Janice have both been diligent savers and have built up sizable amounts in their respective RRSPs. Over the past year though, they've renovated their kitchen and bathroom and simply don't have the excess cash flow for an RRSP contribution this year. Sounds like Bob and Janice are out of luck. Hopefully next year they'll be in a better position to contribute. Slow down there, Speed Racer. Let's take a closer look. Janice is a high income earner and makes $145,000 per year. Bob has recently taken some time off work and then transitioned into a new career. He'll make about $30,000 this year. What they can do is, Bob can take out $15,000 from his RRSP. He'll pay about 20% withholding tax on this, so he'll be left with $12,000 net. Bob can give that $12,000 to Janice, and Janice can put it in her RRSP. You following me so far? Good. There are a few moving parts here, but hang tight, just about there. Janice then puts $12,000 into her RRSP as a contribution. Given Janice's high marginal tax rate, she'll be able to reduce taxes owing by about 43% of this $12,000, or $5,160. So, what happened here? Long story cut short, the low income earner, in this case is Bob, who withdrew funds from his RRSP to increase the taxes he owes by about $3,000. The higher income earner, Janice, contributed Bob's withdrawn funds to her RRSP and reduced her taxes owing by $5,160. The net difference is that family is well over $2,000 better off as a result. To use my previous comment, that'd be taking the family out for a few keg dinners, unless you have a very large family or enjoy very expensive wine. If you do have a large family who enjoys top shelf vino, then well, good luck to you. Alright, let's move on. The last one to be aware of is that if you've made improvements to your home to make it more accessible, then you can apply for the Home Accessibility Tax Credit. This is a non-refundable credit that you can claim for up to $20,000 in 2022 and later years for home improvement expenses that are associated with improving the accessibility around your home. Prior to 2022, the credit was only $10,000. Now, things that would be included as an example would be like installing a stair lift, widening your doorways, or adding wheelchair ramps. These are all valid expenses for the Home Accessibility Tax Credit. The credit doesn't just apply to seniors that are 65 of age and older either. If you're a relative and you've made these home improvements to support a senior citizen living with you, you can also claim this on your refund. Okay, that's it for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and with a wee bit of luck, are going away with some new things to think about for reducing your taxes payable. With even more luck, your family will be in for a real treat at the keg. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'm always on the lookout for new topics for this year, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to make them or drop me an email and we will do our best to accommodate. Have a great rest of your day, And don't forget to like and subscribe before you go.